saying he said there was 20 or something. I don't believe you.
And it's Austin bawling his eyes out and Catherine absolutely screaming.
Publicly talking about that is hurtful. It's like so detailed. I told him not to bring that girl. I'm trying to hold the very little peace that we have in our family.
Austin McBroom is in trouble again, and this time it's personal. After years of controversy surrounding his public and private life, his ex-wife Catherine Paez has dropped a bombshell tell-all book, revealing shocking truths about their marriage. From cheating scandals to emotional manipulation, Catherine's explosive revelations have sent shockwaves through the internet. But that's not all. Austin's response to her claims has only made things worse. His online meltdown is being called out as deflective and immature. And to top it all off, his new relationship with girlfriend Alexa is raising even more questions. Live streams, awkward moments, and public backlash. It's been a chaotic few weeks for the former Ace Family star. So, what exactly did Catherine reveal in her book?
And then there was this moment that changed everything for me.
Catherine Paez is detailing how she found out her now ex-husband, Austin McBroom, was cheating on her, and the aftermath of the revelation. The family vlogger spoke with Alex Cooper on a May 28th episode of Call Her Daddy, when documenting her daughter's first haircut.
And why is Austin's reaction sparking so much backlash? Let's dive into the drama, starting with the shocking details Catherine exposed. Catherine Paez's new book has turned into a viral sensation, with fans dissecting every chapter for clues about her tumultuous marriage to Austin McBroom. Titled Breaking Free,
He said, yes, I cheated and she was okay with it as long as I said you don't embarrass me.
Austin McBroom speaking out in the wake of his cheating scandal. The YouTuber reacted to ex Catherine Paez's episode of Call Her Daddy, which dropped May 28th.
The book isn't just a memoir. It's a deep dive into the hidden struggles of their relationship that fans never saw in the Ace family's curated vlogs. Here's what she revealed. Catherine shared explicit details about Austin's infidelity during their marriage. She included screenshots of text messages and accounts from people who confirmed his alleged affairs. According to Catherine, the cheating wasn't just a one-time mistake. She claims it was a repeated pattern throughout their relationship. Catherine described feeling trapped in the relationship, alleging that Austin would use their public image as a weapon to control her. She claimed he pressured her to stay silent about issues in their marriage to maintain their brand. I wasn't just his wife. I was part of his business, she wrote, adding that she felt more like a prop than a partner. One of the most shocking parts of the book details how Catherine tried to leave multiple times, but was pulled back by false promises and guilt. She described the relationship as a toxic cycle, fueled by Austin's charm and her fear of public backlash if they split.
I'm in trouble, Austin. Does your wife know that you cheat on her every weekend? Does she know that you message every single girl on Instagram trying to get in their...
So I'm sure by the last video, you know exactly who I'm about to talk about. Anyway, so a couple months ago, I get a DM from him on Instagram.
The release of the book sent fans into a frenzy, with many praising Catherine for her bravery in speaking out. One user commented, "We all suspected something was off for years, but this just proves everything we thought was true." However, not everyone was on her side. Some critics accused Catherine of releasing the book for financial gain, especially since the Ace family has faced financial troubles in the past. Still, the majority of fans rallied behind her, saying it was time Austin was held accountable. But Catherine's revelations were just the beginning. What happened next proved that Austin wasn't going to take these accusations quietly, and his response only made things worse. Shortly after Catherine's book hit the shelves, Austin McBroom took to social media in what can only be described as a full-blown meltdown. Instead of addressing the allegations head-on, Austin chose to lash out in a series of posts that left fans both confused and unimpressed. In one now-deleted Instagram story, Austin called Catherine's book a desperate attempt to stay relevant and accused her of fabricating details for attention. He wrote, "It's funny how people will say anything for clout when they fall off." But instead of gaining support, Austin's response backfired. Fans were quick to point out the irony of his comments, with one user tweeting, "Austin calling someone else desperate for clout? The lack of self-awareness is insane."
Today because Catherine Paez appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast and she's revealing what happened behind the scenes with Austin. We know their house got foreclosed, we knew that he has been cheating on her, but now we finally have Catherine admitting to it all.
Others criticized him for failing to take accountability. with many saying his dismissive attitude only made him look guiltier. It didn't stop there. Austin went on to post cryptic messages about betrayal and fake love, which fans assumed were directed at Catherine. He also hinted that he had receipts to clear his name, but when pressed to share them, he stayed silent. The lack of follow-through only added to the growing skepticism around his side of the story. Then came the most talked-about moment of his meltdown. A TikTok livestream where Austin vaguely addressed the drama while dodging specific questions from viewers. He claimed he was done playing nice and accused Catherine of trying to ruin his life. However, fans noted that he seemed flustered and unprepared, with one commenter writing, "He's doing more damage to himself than Catherine ever could."
In the interview, Catherine going scorched to earth on the father of their 3 kids, Steele, Aliyah, and eldest Elle, who turned 9 years old on the day Mom's Sit-Down went live.
The backlash was swift and unforgiving. Hashtags like #TeamCatherine and #AustinExposed started trending, with fans digging up old clips and interviews to point out inconsistencies in Austin's past statements. Even some of Austin's longtime supporters began to distance themselves, saying they could no longer defend his behavior. But just when it seemed like Austin had hit rock bottom, his new relationship with girlfriend Alexa added another layer of drama to the story. And not in the way he hoped. Austin's new girlfriend, Alexa, was initially seen as his fresh start after his split from Catherine. But instead of helping him rebuild his image, their relationship has become a source of even more controversy. The drama kicked off during a joint TikTok livestream where Alexa tried to defend Austin against the allegations in Catherine's book. However, her comments ended up doing more harm than good. At one point, she said, "Everyone makes mistakes, but Austin is a good person at heart," which fans interpreted as an admission that the cheating rumors were true. Things got even more awkward when Austin interrupted Alexa mid-sentence to correct her, saying, "You don't know what you're talking about, stop."
Haircut. Catherine's phone died. She then grabbed Austin's to take the photo off.
As soon as I grabbed the phone,
No.
like out of a movie, this long text comes through. "If you really love your wife, you wouldn't be da-da-da-da-da." And I like, my brain scanned it, but I wasn't able to read it fully.
The uncomfortable exchange went viral, with fans calling out Austin for being dismissive and rude. One viewer commented, "It's like he hasn't learned anything." The way he talks to Alexa is exactly how Catherine described him in her book. The live stream also sparked rumors that Alexa was being used as a PR distraction. Some fans speculated that Austin was intentionally flaunting the new relationship to divert attention away from Catherine's claims. However, this strategy seemed to backfire, as the public focused more on their cringeworthy interactions than on Austin's attempts at damage control. To make matters worse, Alexa has been called out for defending Austin on social media despite having no direct knowledge of the events in Catherine's book. Critics have accused her of enabling his behavior, with one tweet reading, "Alexa needs to run while she still can. This is a mess she doesn't want to be a part of." The combination of Austin's online meltdown and his awkward moments with Alexa has left his public image in shambles. Fans are questioning whether he can recover from this latest round of drama, or if this truly marks the end of his already fragile career. But the story doesn't end here. There's more fallout to unpack, including how Catherine's revelations are impacting Austin's brand deals and financial future.
So I get a DM from him on Instagram just asking me if he could send me stuff from his clothing brand, and I was like, of course. Like, I knew who he was. Like, I had never talked to a celebrity. Like, I was pretty new to doing like collabs and stuff at the time, so I was like, oh my gosh, he really just messaged me. Like, I was just like stoked.
Austin McBroom's controversies aren't just damaging his reputation, they're hitting him where it hurts most: his wallet. Over the years, the former Ace Family star has built a brand around sponsorships, social media deals, and paid events. But with the latest revelations, many of these opportunities are slipping through his fingers. Several insiders have reported that brands are quietly pulling away from Austin. While there hasn't been an official statement from his biggest sponsors, fans have noticed a significant drop in his collaborations. One PR expert weighed in, saying, "Brands don't want to be associated with someone facing allegations of cheating, manipulation, and public backlash. It's a reputational risk." Austin's financial troubles aren't exactly new. The Ace family has faced multiple accusations of unpaid debts and shady business practices in the past. From lawsuits over their failed boxing event to allegations of scamming fans with overpriced merchandise, Austin and Catherine's finances have been under scrutiny for years. But Catherine's book has brought new attention to their financial struggles, with some fans speculating that their lavish lifestyle was more of a facade than reality. In one chapter, Catherine even hinted that their public image as a perfect family was carefully curated to hide the cracks behind the scenes. To make matters worse, Austin's attempts to pivot to new ventures have also faced backlash.
Is titled that Austin had cheated on Catherine with 20 women. And it makes me feel bad for Catherine because even though we've been talking about these scandals on YouTube, it's sad to know that it was all in fact true.
His latest project, a subscription-based platform for fans, has been flooded with negative reviews, with users complaining about false promises and lackluster content. One fan wrote, "He's trying to milk his audience for every last dollar, but people are catching on. As sponsorships dry up and new ventures fail to take off, Austin's financial future looks increasingly uncertain. But while his career seems to be crumbling, Catherine's revelations have sparked a wave of support that could lead to new opportunities for her." While Austin struggles to recover from the fallout, Catherine Pays is thriving in the aftermath of her book's release. Fans have rallied around her, praising her for breaking free from what she described as a toxic relationship and using her platform to share her story. The success of her book, Breaking Free, has opened new doors for Catherine. She's been invited to speak at women's empowerment events and has hinted at future projects, including a potential podcast where she plans to discuss relationships, mental health, and motherhood. One fan commented, "Catherine's finally telling her truth, and it's inspiring so many women to do the same." In addition to her professional glow-up, Catherine has been active on social media, sharing glimpses of her new life post-Austin. From photos of her kids to candid posts about healing and self-growth, she's rebranding herself as a relatable, independent mom. Fans have noticed a shift in her tone, with one user saying, "She seems so much happier and more authentic now. It's like she's finally free."
Austin now saying of the timing, dropping this on my daughter's birthday is crazy.
Even through our divorce, even through everything, I never heard him say the words, "I cheated," until about a week ago.
But Catherine hasn't been completely free of criticism. Some skeptics have accused her of profiting off the drama, with one critic writing, "If she really wanted to move on, why write a tell-all book? It feels calculated." However, Catherine's supporters argue that sharing her story is about empowerment, not revenge. As the public continues to side with Catherine, Austin's struggles have only highlighted the contrast between their post-split paths. While he faces backlash and financial uncertainty, Catherine is emerging as a voice for resilience and self-worth. But with Austin's June livestream teasing receipts and promises to expose the full truth, it's clear that this story isn't over yet. What will Austin's next move be? And can Catherine maintain her momentum? With every new piece of drama, it's becoming harder to imagine Austin McBroom making a full comeback. His reputation, once built on the Ace family's image of perfection, is now overshadowed by allegations, financial troubles, and public missteps. And while Austin has weathered controversies in the past, this time feels different. Public sentiment has shifted dramatically. Fans who once defended him are now calling him out for his lack of accountability, while others have outright declared his career over. A viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Austin McBroom went from being the king of YouTube family content to being the poster child for what not to do when your life falls apart.
But in that moment, my heart drops. I'm pregnant. There's people watching us. The camera's on. It felt like, it just felt surreal. The assistant notices, looks at him. He grabs the phone from me and instantly deletes the message.
What makes the situation even more damaging is the contrast between Austin and Catherine's current trajectories. While Catherine is being celebrated for her bravery and transparency, Austin's attempts to deflect and lash out have only dug him into a deeper hole. His promises of receipts to clear his name have yet to materialize, leaving many to believe that he's running out of ways to defend himself. Even Austin's new relationship with Alexa, which he likely hoped would give him a fresh start, has only added to the chaos. Their awkward interactions and public backlash suggest that even his personal life is struggling to find stability. At this point, the question isn't just whether Austin can save his career, it's whether he can stop the downward spiral before it's too late. With dwindling fan support, financial instability, and mounting public criticism, the odds are stacked against him. But while Austin's future looks uncertain, the bigger story is what his downfall represents. Has karma finally caught up to him? Or is this situation a lesson in how the internet can quickly turn on its biggest stars? Austin McBroom's story is a cautionary tale of how quickly things can unravel when the truth comes to light. From Catherine's bombshell book to his online meltdowns and financial struggles, Austin's once glittering image as a family man and influencer has been shattered. Meanwhile, Catherine has turned her pain into power, emerging as a voice for resilience and self-empowerment. Her glow-up is a reminder that even in the face of betrayal and adversity, it's possible to rebuild and thrive. As for Austin, his next move will determine whether this is the end of his career or just another chapter in his controversial story. But with public opinion firmly against him and his credibility in question, it's hard to see how he can recover from this latest round of drama. What do you think? Is Austin McBroom's career officially over, or does he still have a chance to turn things around? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the biggest stories in the influencer world. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that when it comes to Austin McBroom, the drama is never truly over.